Well, hello everybody. It's the bonus quiz for 2.4. I'm showing you here problem 2 because I wanted to just point out before I solve problem 1 that the problem asks us to find the intercepts of a line that's written in function notation. Problem 1 is quite similar in that they ask us again to find the intercepts and to graph an equation, and they give us a line. So both problems involve finding the intercepts of a line, and so what I thought I'd do was really flesh that out. So this is one of these wonderful images that incorporates so much of 122's entire ecology. I'd almost say memorize it. Essentially, I've just drawn in this generic line here. And the line pierces the x-axis at a point known as the x-intercept. This turns out to be what is known as the zeros of an equation or the roots of an equation. And the y-intercept here, this is where the line pierces the y-axis. The thing about this image, though, which makes it so rich, is that as soon as I locate a point here for the y-intercept, I immediately know the x-coordinate. Notice that there's no left or right. There's only up in this case. And so the x-coordinate is going to be 0. And this little image here tells me then how to find the y-intercept. I simply let x equal 0 and I solve for y. And it's the same game down here with the x-intercept. There is no up or down, and so the y is going to be 0. So to find the x-intercept, I let y equal 0 and solve for x. Check this out. Here is the equation of the line, and it's very similar to the problem on the bonus quiz where they're asking us to graph. This equation right here is in what is known as standard form. That is, we have alphabetical order on the left-hand side and the constant on the right-hand side. This is the most advantageous form for graphing a line. Now I know MathXL in the textbook doesn't tell you that. Just watch how easy it is to graph this by finding the intercepts. Remember, to find the y-intercept, we let x equal 0. Now when I let x equal 0 up here, this whole term simply vanishes. And I can solve for y by inspection. And so, just like that, I know my y-intercept. When x is equal to 0, y is equal to 5. And so this distance is in fact 5. And y will be 5 here. So that's why it's so sweet, because when you sub in the zeros up in here, it knocks out these terms. I'm going to find the x-intercept by letting y equal 0. When I let y equal 0, this whole term simply vanishes. And I can read off what x is equal to in this case. X is equal to 10. And so this horizontal distance is going to be 10. And our x-coordinate is 10. So see how easy that is to graph a line when it's in what is known as standard form. Now let's go back to the quiz, and I'm going to use this exact same technique. So here's the bonus quiz, and we're really ready to make hay with these because of what we just learned. Here is the problem they gave us. It's in standard form, and they give us the instructions. They say to use the intercepts. Well, I really don't need those instructions, because as soon as I see standard form, alphabetical order over here, and a constant over here, I immediately know the best way to find 2 points is to find the intercepts. And I've already started that up down here. Notice to find the y-intercept, I'm going to let x equal 0 up here. And when you let x equal 0, this whole term vanishes. And I just have to solve this for y. And of course, y is going to be equal to 21 divided by negative 3, negative 7. So when x is 0, y is negative 7. We're halfway home. Now, I'm going to let y equal 0 to find the x-intercept. And when y is equal to 0, this vanishes. And it's a simple thing to see that x has got to be 3. And so there are the 2 points. And all that's left for me to do is to graph them. And so let me show you that. So I need to enter 2 points into this graph. Select the line tool. And I'll pay attention to the point up here. I want 0, negative 7. That's right there. And I want 3, 0. That's right there. And that's it. I'm going to save this and get on to problem 2. And so here's problem 2, and it's more of the same. Once again, they're asking us to find the intercepts and to use that to graph this function. Now my first move was to replace the f of x by y. This is the way we're used to seeing a line written. And at this point in time, I could find the intercepts by letting x equal 0 and then by letting y equal 0. And that's certainly a legitimate thing to do. But I wanted to hammer the main point of this video home, which is really aimed at chapter 3, where we will always put lines in terms of standard form. And so I'm going to make two quick moves to this. I'm going to subtract y from both sides and add 2 to both sides. And when I do that, I end up with this. And you might want to pause the video just to make sure that you can rewrite that as this. Because again, that will be the primary chapter 3 move. And why this is such a nice form is because we can literally read off the intercepts. To find the y-intercept, we're going to let x equal 0. And to find the x-intercept, we're going to let y equal 0. When I let x equal 0 here, this of course is going to vanish. The opposite of negative 2 is 2. And so when x is 0, y is negative 2. And it's the same game here. I'm going to let y equal 0, and this whole term is going to vanish. And x has got to be 1. Those are the 2 points that I'm going to fight to input into the graph here. And then we'll do a submit, and we'll see how that comes out.